proof of the legend that sometimes God's fingers were smudgy when he put in the eyes of an Irish girl baby. She lived with her widowed mother, and her name was Maggie Rose Shawn. She was beautiful. She was poor, and mothers of marriageable sons warned them against Maggie Rose. And what would she be bringing to a marriage except her beautiful self? And it's soon enough the bloom would leave that rose, when the man would have to take the mother with the daughter, for the widow Shawn is not one to live apart from her only daughter. No, the widow's only son won't take the old lady. Sure now, he's a constable in Brooklyn, America, and it's grand wages he makes, and it's the constable's wife herself, with her American ways, who looks down on her man's mother and his sister, or so 'tis said. No, my son, there is others to marry. Our Lord put more women than men in this world, especially in this village, where the young men leave almost as soon as they're weaned, to get work and to lead the wild life in Dublin, or some other strange part of the world, and leave the village girls behind. The boys listened, but looked on Maggie Rose with desire, and many there were who thought the care and support of her clinging mother was a cheap price to pay for such a darling of a girl. But Maggie Rose would have none of their intentions. Patrick Dennis was dear one. He was the one, the only one. Lizzie Moore was not too concerned when her eye-apple of a son started walking out with Maggie Rose Shawn. She knew she had a strong mother hold on her son. Why would he marry, she said, and play second fiddle to the girl, and third to the widow, and him a king alone in me cottage? She was sure, too, that Patsy was too lazy and selfish and too scared of hard work to marry a poor girl. And what can the girl bring to a marriage with a honest boyo? No bit of land, no sow, no cow, no bag of cloth with a few pieces of gold in it, nothing. Nothing but a keening mother and a handful of picture postal cards from her brother, the constable in Brooklyn. She gave out ugly rumours about the girl. Marry, you say? And why should me last son marry the likes of her? A man marries for the one thing when he can't have it no other way. But me boyo don't have to go to the trouble of marrying for that, the way he is good-looking and all. Patrick Dennis and Maggie Rose were together day and night, except when he ate with his mother or performed in the taverns with Rory Boy. Soon, all of Maggie Rose's other suitors gave way. There was talk. The shame of it. 'Tis against nature. A healthy boyo and a beautiful girl together all the time. It follows that. So spoke the drink nursers in the taverns. The village biddies, arms folded and lips stern, nodded knowingly as they agreed that if the couple were not married, sure they should be. None of these things were true. Maggie Rose was a good, decent, church-going girl. But the talk came to her mother in time, and Mrs. Shawn invited Patrick over for supper and had it out with him. "Sonny lad," she said, "I will talk to you about marrying." "I'm a-willing," said Patrick. "To marry?" "To talk." "And aren't you the one for talking, and making talk too? The way they talk about me only daughter, and all the fault of you and your ways with her. I'll thrash any man what speaks against Maggie Rose, no matter how big he bees. You'll have to be thrashing most of the women of the parish too, then." She gave him the question point blank. "Now when will you be marrying me daughter?" Patrick felt trapped and frightened. He wanted to run away and never see either of them again. Not that he didn't care for Maggie Rose. He did. But he didn't want to be gunned into marriage. His gift of gab came to his aid. "Would I not be the proudest man in the world could I marry Maggie Rose and she willing? But I made a great promise to me old mother, never to marry the while she lived. For who else does she have in all the world? Only meself, poor thing that I am." He appealed directly to Maggie Rose. "You would not be wanting a man what was cruel to his mother, would you now?" Dumbly, and with eyes cast down, she shook her head. "No." "Is it not so that a son what is bad to his mother," he said, "is bad to his wife? Nothing but bad cess would come of it. Think on the poor children what would be born to us, and them blind and crippled. Our Lord's punishment."